Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live edition of From the Chair with Big Money Exchange. Tonight, we welcome Kiyoshi, along with Nathan, myself, Anthony, the executive producer, and our co-host, who may or may not try to chuck apples at our guest because he hates pandas that bad, Mr. Big Money Dodge. So, Evie, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Konnichiwa. Hello, everyone. I'm Evie Kiyoshi. Thank you for that lovely intro, though I would have preferred it in Japanese, so maybe you should do that one. No,
I'd pay for
Uh,
that one.
I'm a bit of a shooter. Yeah, so my name's Evie. I've been in the wrestling business, if you will, for about 5 years now. Been involved in the music industry even longer. I'm a huge nerd, and hey, I'm just happy to be a part of anything. You know what I mean? That's the kind of person I am. Here's a short little intro. I'm a lot better at doing other people's intros than my own. I'll say that much. Oh,
Okay.
Well, I would, excuse me, I would have given you an intro in Japanese, but the only thing I know how to do is count to 10. So,
ich ni san yon go roku nana achi ku chu.
Yep.
What he said.
all right, go
Okay,
ahead, Dodge. I'll let you start.
Okay, well, this first question is brought to you by the cute, cuddly panda bear.
Oh,
I knew that was coming.
oh.
I'm not asking.
Okay, then I'll do it.
Yes.
Um,
If it's brought to you by a freaking panda, you are.
Give me
So,
the
who were
panda
your
question.
wrestling heroes growing up?
Wrestling heroes growing up? Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So growing up is in like the beginnings, the origin of the obsession, the passion
Yes.
was like, late 90s boom, being a very young child and seeing like Stone Cold flinging beers and flipping people off and kicking ass, and I was like, hell yeah, little kid, like making sure the parents aren't around at like 5 years old, so I can go up to my friend and go, oh hell yeah.
I
Um,
remember those days.
Dude, it's a good days. Good days. Like people
I
like
miss
Stone
it.
Cold, my all-time favorite wrestler, though, and the person I still look up to this day, from reading books or just
Oh,
studying
you're welcome.
matches,
Thank you.
is yeah, it is actually big money there. No. Best manager, richest manager, I should say. No, it's Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero is forever my absolute favorite. But yeah, that's from like really, really early days, and then like the main influences and like my absolute hero, especially of like a modern era that I really watched throughout like middle school, high school, was
Nice.
was John Moxley actually. Funny enough, so it's been really cool to be able to watch him go from saw blades to the head in CZW to being the top attraction in wrestling, easily one of. There's no doubt about it. He draws everywhere he goes.
Agreed.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. What about y'all? I'm
Okay,
curious.
well-
I'm curious.
Go ahead, Dodge, and then I'll do mine.
No, go ahead, Nate. Nate, it's brought to you by a panda, so go for it.
Mine was Hulk Hogan.
Hulk, the Hulkster. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mainly because my dad, that was like the one thing my dad and I had like to connect with. So, like,
Yep.
that was the one thing that like we were like, oh, okay, well, wrestling's on. I'm gonna go watch Hulk Hogan.
I mean,
Now-
that's a good reason to love Hulk. It's the connection.
Myself,
the connection to
just like you, Stone Cold and the American Badass
people. Yes.
Undertaker.
Yes.
Those two, yeah.
Yep.
But what got me into wrestling is Paul Heyman and Bobby the Brain. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness! Yes, yes. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. So talking about the wrestling personalities, not just the
Yes.
wrestlers. Oh, Bobby the Brain is
Yeah.
huge, and obviously Paul Heyman, Paulie,
Yeah.
dangerously. Come on.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan. I was a big ECW fan. I'm a huge hardcore guy. So
There you go.
forever into that. So that's awesome. Good choices. Good choices.
Love it.
Yeah, and then you'll love this. Before I did this podcast, I did another one with the original Pitbull. Gary
Really?
from the Pitbulls.
Yeah.
That was a blast. Although you did not want to talk to him about Paul Heyman because he still owed him money, but that's another story.
That's who
About that.
That's when you want to go to the shooting range, not the podcast. That's a
True story.
All right,
So-
Dodge. If you can answer your question with the panda behind you, then you can ask a question.
As he looks.
I gotta protect myself. Boom's not here. So let me see. Your top 5 female indie wrestlers today.
Today?
One,
Oh my
two.
god.
Today.
He doesn't mess around, man. He goes right for the.
Whoa.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness. Of today. Okay. This is gonna take me a second. Oh my gosh. That's a hard one. So, okay. I'm just gonna
Time is
start-
money, by the way.
Time is money. Time is of the essence, and time is money.
Yes.
So, and life is money. Life is essence. So here we go. Jeez. So because she is officially back as active, and I grew up as a huge Shimmer fan, actually, that kept my passion for wrestling going. Was Dave Prazak and Shimmer. Is Nicole Matthews is easily one of my favorites. I actually got to do a seminar with her through DOA in Portland, and that was like a dream come true. Like I got to like right after, putting in all that work for like an hour, rolling around in the ring, getting my bumps in and everything, and then just like coming up afterwards going, "Oh, I'm such a big fan. Oh my gosh, I love watching you and Madison Eagles. That's it. I just wanted to mark out real quick." But no, Nicole Matthews for sure. I always got to show love for the people that I do rub shoulders with, and my Pacific Northwest wrestlers, Pacific North wrestlers, if you will. Amira is definitely one of my favorites.
Yep.
Just a top class worker and so young in the business and still just killing it. I can say this because she's not officially signed, Billy Starks.
Yep.
But let's be real, that's gonna
Yeah.
end very soon. She is
Yeah, she's
Big
close.
talent.
incredible. She is the future of wrestling. Like people like her, Nick Wayne, all of that. Sandra Moon, easily.
Yep.
Another big one. Another person to rub shoulders with, and just oh my god, just puts in so much work, and there's not a like you put her in a match, it's going to hit hard. Like it's gonna be a stiff shot match. And I'm about that. And then for one last name, oh geez. Just like yeah, you know what? I'm gonna count it because like not signed to one of like the big names. So Miyu Yamashita is one of my absolute favorites. She's killing it, whether it's with us in Prestige or her time in not DDT, sorry, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. And honestly, right now she's just dominating it. I'm impressed. She's not like. I'm surprised like Stardom and New Japan isn't trying to sign her on. I'm surprised AEW didn't sign her and Maki Ito on when they had the chance, but they didn't.
Boy, they dropped the ball with Makito.
Yeah, now GCW and Brett gets to reap the benefits of that, which is awesome, by the way. Super cool.
Yep.
But yeah, those would be my top 5. Sorry, that took me a second. I was
It's
not
okay.
You're
expecting
good.
questions like that. I was like, oh my gosh. Woo.
Surprise! You passed.
Oh,
Well,
thank you.
might as well get another one out of the way. So might as well. So your
Bring it.
top 5 male indie wrestlers.
Okay, top 5 male indie wrestlers. So Jaden, the Unbelievable. Honestly, they're probably all going to be Pacific Northwest. Like Jaden. It's really hard to just like. Can I include a tag team as one entry on this? Or are you
Yeah,
gonna
sure.
ask me tag teams? Are you gonna?
We are, but you can go ahead and throw it
No,
in there.
no.
'cause
If you're gonna
I'm
ask
curious.
me, tag teams, then I'm gonna save it. But let's go with Jaden, Derek Shaw, for sure.
Mhm.
If you can't tell, heavy hitters, love a heavy hitter, and Jaden's just incredible. Ethan HD, just
Yep.
just
Oh,
absolute
wow.
like when it comes to like the Pacific Northwest and like honestly just super underground wrestling throughout the world, including in India, Europe, all over.
Wow.
Like Ethan HD is a name that should have been a lot more known, but that's not even a shot at him at all. Fantastic man, fantastic worker, just overall a great thing for the business, like period.
Wow.
Period.
Yeah.
I'm putting him over big time right now. Chris Brady.
Chris.
Got to shout out Chris
Yep.
Brady. And maybe if I can go for somebody who isn't necessarily just Pacific Northwest. Just gonna name a bunch of Pacific Northwest. You know what? Kid Bandit, honestly.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Kid's
Oh.
one of my all-time favorites going right now. And she's
everywhere.
fantastic. She's like the freaking best right now.
Yeah.
I cannot believe the Kid Bandit uprising. It's only been 2 years. She's only been in the business for 2
Wow.
years.
Yeah.
She's I don't know. It's just
He,
mind-blowing.
everywhere. Being from Southern California, I remember seeing Kid Bandit at VWE, and then all of a sudden I go to this other show, did not know she's going to be there, and I'm like, that's Kid Bandit.
Oh, I guess that
Black-
top 5 was that meant to be
Dark.
all male wrestlers? I guess I could have picked someone different.
Well, Kid Bandit is because
Because I
Is
was
she?
like, yeah, Kid Bandit is a trans female, but
yes, that's right.
So I was just thinking in general, top 5 indie.
Right.
But I guess instead of that, then like I'm gonna go with Titus Alexander.
Titus.
Unbelievable. And also,
My God, that
shout out my boy Adriel Noctis or Count Noctis right now. Shout out Noctis. That's my dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got some
And-
really good picks.
Tony, can I say how nice it is to have somebody that's like shouting out a bunch of Pacific Northwest talent?
Well,
That's
I,
the first.
let me pipe this in too. You can pipe that in, but it's awesome to actually have somebody shout out a person that you and I grew up knowing and loving in WCWC.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And that's
WCW.
and that's of course Mr. Ethan HD.
Yep.
The Sultan of
I mean-
Stomp. I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
All right, Dodge. So yes, that was a first. And Dodge, your question is sponsored by the cute, cuddly black and white panda bear.
Boy, he's like a person with like a. You're not gonna let that go.
I'm already having a migraine right now, so since we were gonna ask you tag team, your top 5 indie tag team 5. Yes.
Dodge,
Number
she's
after
right behind you.
four.
Watch out. She's right behind you, Dodge.
You know what? I am not going to sleep tonight. Thank you.
Oh god, there's got to be a panda tag team, right? Hold on, let me find this real quick.
No, don't even research. No.
So indie tag teams top 5. Definitely C4, Midnight Heat. Just get
Yep.
those out of the way. Hammer Bros.
Hammer Bros. Yeah.
Let's see, who else do we got here? Was it Flamin' Aces? And shout out to my boys Project Mayhem here in the promotion that I wrestle for in Idaho Wrestle Club. Shout out Chuck
Ooh.
Yeager, Trey Vino, Project Mayhem. I don't like those guys, don't get me wrong. But when they're going to work, they're hitting hard, and they bring the heat every time. So I gotta give them where credit's due.
Looks like my tag team needs to make our way to Wrestle Club.
Oh, really?
I heard Mayhem. I have Jimmy, the real Mayhem, and Boom Mayhem, the Mayhem brothers. We'll take out anybody.
It sounds like they would team up with Project Mayhem and just absolutely run havoc and take over this promotion. That's what sounds like it's about to happen.
I'll make some calls.
I was gonna say, work on that contract, though.
I will
great.
be.
I'm gonna have my hands full here. Oh, they're hitting double.
So, what's the best advice your trainer ever gave you, and do you still use that advice today?
That you must love pandas.
Well, that was one of them.
To the pandas.
Bear hug like a panda every time. No.
What are you gonna do next, Tony? Ask the music guy to mix you a like a track where it's just panda all the time, so you can play it for Dodge in the background.
Make a beat out of panda noises.
Or baby panda instead of baby shark.
Baby panda, do.
I don't know.
So best advice my trainer ever gave me. I've actually been thinking about it a lot because it always makes me laugh. So recently it's been on my mind is tuck your chin.
Oh God, yes.
I just remember first starting and like basically, all the basics that you do at first. You don't learn a lot of the things that you don't tuck your chin in for, because but I don't want too much inside baseball here, but just every single time I'm doing anything in the ring, like it's like it plays in the back of my head constantly. I just hear his voice just softly, like after a roll, going, "Good, tuck in your chin." And I remember rest her beautiful soul, Daphne. I used to talk with her a lot online when she would do her like IG lives, and I would always hop in and we talk about wrestling, we talk about life, all that stuff. So she was a really big influence on me. And I remember she laughed so hard when she was like, "What's the best advice you've gotten so far?" And I was like, "Tuck your chin." And she just started laughing. It was like, you got a good trainer.
Yeah.
If his voice is in your head saying tuck in your chin, you got a great trainer. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so tuck your chin and like listen.
Yeah.
Tuck your chin and listen. It's all you got to do.
Well, the only reason I laughed at that was because the only wrestling advice, because I'm in a wheelchair, right? But
right.
So I have cerebral palsy. But the only wrestling advice I ever got was the same thing, and I got it because the van I was in was broke down, and a guy named Kodiak, who wrestled in the Pacific Northwest, and I think still does a little bit, brought a car to get us back home. And I kind of panicked because they were gonna take me into the truck, and, because I was like, "Well, you're gonna drop me, right?" And he's like, "Well, you wanted to be a wrestler if you could walk. So if we drop you, tuck your chin. You're gonna hit the ground. We'll pick you up and do it again." And at the time, he weighed like 680 pounds and was 6'4". So there's no way I was gonna argue with that.
Oh, no, you're not.
No.
Oh my God. Tuck your chin.
Yeah.
Tuck your chin, kids. Tuck your chin.
That's right. That's the public service announcement for the day.
Tuck your chin.
No, the public service announcement is don't throw.
Don't even think about it.
I kind of think he's on a loop.
Pandas. Okay, so now since I'm actually home, who is the best wrestler turned actor?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's really hard to not say The Rock. Really hard to not say The Rock, especially like.
Then don't say it. It'll make it easier.
It's true. You're right. You know what? You're right.
This is why they pay me the big bucks, you know.
This is why you got the money and I don't. You're the
But
big
you're taking
thinker here.
advice from a person that wants to kill a panda bear.
Jesus
Mm.
Christ,
I
man.
just want to throw a freaking apple. That's all.
Hey, yeah, you're feeding the pandas. In fact, you're helping if you're
Exactly.
throwing an
Thank
apple.
you. I'm not harming them. If they can't catch it, that's on them, not me.
It's on the panda. That is on the panda. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go with The Rock here. I'm really just gonna go with The Rock. Like I like what everyone's really, for the most I say everyone. I haven't checked everyone's shit. Actually, I take it back. So I'm really big into like art, and I like it. I like seeing people do more serious roles, and obviously like The Rock is great at doing like a serious action role, but that doesn't take much. You know, compared to what like I want from it, like drama. Dave Bautista all the way has done a
Yep.
phenomenal job. That beginning scene to Blade Runner, oh my
Oh,
goodness,
yeah.
just like that whole thing. Like
that's sold.
when a wrestler turned actor can make you forget that this is the wrestler you grew up watching, that's it right there. That's an actor. That's an actor right there. So shout out Dave Bautista.
Agreed. So, have you ever wrestled in Southern California?
I have not. No, I've actually barely been to California, I would say. I've done, 3 shows through Prestige Wrestling, doing ring announcing down there. And that was in Pomona, LA, and LA. So
You've been in LA, okay.
yeah, and I'm gonna be back in LA, and then back in LA, and then back in LA. So no, I've never been to SoCal at all, period. I'm not a very well-traveled person yet, but definitely always looking for it. So yeah, I'm always down to come wrestle. I love this shit.
I got connections, so we'll talk.
All right, we talk money. We'll talk money.
Notice I let you ask a question without humiliating you about Miss Panda.
True.
And now
Wow,
he
you
knows-
made it almost 5 minutes that time.
And
I
now
know.
he knows. And now our guest knows it's a Miss Panda. That's right, it's a Miss Panda. Eventually, he will have to tell you the story because he's going to get so annoyed he's going to have to.
I see. That's why you're doing it. I see. It's the constant pester. Eventually, you just have the bubble will burst, and we'll get the story.
Pandemonium.
It's pandemonium, if you will.
Pandemonium.
Go ahead, Nate. Ask your question before I really jump through the screen and attack this Tony Khan wannabe over here.
So
Pandemonium.
what's the craziest crowd you've ever worked in front of?
Craziest crowd. Oh, jeez. If I can just say work is in like any aspect of working in it, I would say honestly like ring announcing at Roseland for the Portland crowd.
Oh, yes.
They go very, very, very hard for Roseland shows. I'll never forget the first time I truly felt a venue shake was Roseland 3, Night 2, Maki Ito versus Miyu Yamashita in the main event for the Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling Princess Championship.
Wow.
And that was huge. I just remember as soon as their music hit, there would be constant clapping, constant cheers, constant chants. Not a single person wanted to be quiet, even if their voices were hurting by that point. By day 2 main event, and they were still going. Like they didn't care. They're like, all right, I might not talk this week at all. It might hurt my job a little bit. Who fucking cares?
Right.
just let loose. So I gotta shout out that Roseland crowd, all the people, and it's a lot of the same people, including now I feel bad, I can't remember the name, but there's a homie that comes up from Texas, and I've seen him at, I believe it was 3 or 4 of these so far. We've done 5. We're about to do our 6th in September at the Roseland Theater in Portland. And he's flown up from Texas just to catch some of this. There's a bunch of people like that always come in like, oh hey, and I'm like, oh my god, you're here again, like from the East Coast, like what, like oh my god. And so I definitely have to go with that. That crowd is nuts, and when we give them a death match, they're bloodthirsty. So that's crazy.
Very nice.
That's one thing about the Roseland Theater. They have a crazy crowd.
Yes, I love those shows, and I can't wait for this next one. Come on.
Oh.
Go ahead, Tony Khan.
Oh well, thank you, Panda Killer. I would love to. We gave you a break on the top 5, so let's do your top 5 managers of all time, and please don't list Big Money Dodge.
Go ahead. Number 1. I know. It's all right.
BMD, 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 and Big Money Dodge, BMD.
That's your top 5. That's hella smart man.
Let's see.
Checks in the mail.
Now, I'll give you my PayPal later.
Okay. Going to need something.
No, let's see. Managers. Oh my gosh. So, like we touched on earlier, I'm gonna have to go with Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yep.
Paul Heyman, of course. Honestly, Teddy Long.
Wow. Yep.
Liked Teddy Long back in the day. You know, like honestly, I really like him a lot. Is Stokely Hathaway is a really good managerial role for the modern. Super good.
Stokely, yep.
And very funny. Which is what you want. You want someone that no matter how dastardly they are, like you have a wide range. Even slightly building a little bit of sympathy just to obviously be like, oh wait, you're a chicken shit. Done. and he's fantastic at all of it. So that's an overall just huge talent. And then to get a 5th on there, oh gosh, I had one actually and I just lost it again. There's just been so many. There's so many good ones too. Like I don't want to leave anyone out, like rest in peace, like Woman and geez. Now I'm spacing out on some names too, and I could picture some faces. Shit.
It's all the chair shots you've taken.
Honestly, unprotected every time.
And the bad thing is, once you get off the podcast, all those names are going to be like right there.
Rush right to my head. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, this, and I can't believe I forgot this. I literally wanted to touch up on that, and I didn't even say anything. Yeah, it's all gonna come to me. It's gonna be a disaster after this. I'm just gonna go with Woman. Actually, you know what? I said it, and I kind of mean that shit.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. But I like your first favorite 5. BMD.
BMD. Come on.
Beautiful.
Okay, Dodge. Holla. This question is all about the panda.
Holla.
What's the question for the panda?
I don't know. It's all about the panda, so ask a question.
I'm not asking if it's all about the panda.
Okay, this next question is brought to you and sponsored by Pandemonium. So now,
Nate, your turn.
Pandemonium Pro Wrestling.
Now,
In
will
California?
you please tell the man the story so Tony can move on from the?
I want Tony to tell
fest?
him the story. Go ahead, Tony.
You know what?
Spill
Yeah,
the beans.
pause. Tell me the story.
Go, Tony.
It comes better from you or Nathan, so please, when you two explain.
Fine, I'll do it. There's a female wrestler in Colorado. She wrestles for Colorado Springs Wrestling, who is the new CSW Women's Champion. And her name is literally Pandemonium.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to look this up.
Oh, see, now you got this man. He was big money talent, and now he's just going to downgrade by researching a freaking panda.
She's a women's champion. Give the woman the credit for that. Like,
She's
and she
Luke.
beat a
She's
and she
champion,
beat a
Dodge.
woman that held the title for a year. So
Does
it's
she
not
want
like
a
she beat-
cookie? Because if she does, I only got apples for her.
Dodge. Hey, Dodge.
I don't know how many titles has your newest person, Scarlet Rose, won. Excuse me, what?
I was just gonna say, how many titles has your entire group won lately? I mean, within the,
Oh, lately, I was going to say, weren't you in
Within
the
the-
interview with
within the next,
Mayhem?
let's say within the last 2 months.
Okay.
We're interviewing him.
nice deflection.
No,
Okay,
I'm
well
just
then ask your question, then Dodge.
I'm just here.
What's the scariest injury you've had in your career so far?
Oh. The
I'm
scariest
sorry, too personal?
one? No, I mean, no, I haven't had that many like major injuries. It's a lot of minor stuff that I just kind of went, okay, I'm gonna live with this now. But like chair shots to the head and stuff. But
Oh, those are nice.
those are great. It's a good way to get rid of a headache. Or create one if you need one, if you
Right.
need an alibi. What was it? I think it was November 2021. I tore my calf muscle, my left calf muscle, in a match, and I had no idea. So like I did the whole match, good match. Everything went through pretty smooth. Tore down the ring, carried everything out, and then like finally got home, like walked into my own apartment. But then like after the shower, I like get out and I'm like trying to walk, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I literally like can't put weight on my left leg at all. And I was like, well, that's weird. It must be just incredibly sore. I just exerted way too much energy, and I guess I hopped off my left leg on the top rope or something. And I don't know. And I was like, cool, whatever, it's fine. And then like the next day, oh wow, I can't put weight on my leg. The next day, oh wow, okay, there might be an issue here. There might be a problem. And I at the time I was a manager at a store in the mall. I will not say what store, but a store in the mall. And I had to work Black Friday because this was November. So Black Friday was coming up, and I didn't have crutches and I couldn't get into the hospital yet. So I somehow just showed up to work, and I was opening. So I was there at like 5 a.m. And I worked my whole shift understaffed, hopping around trying to get items down for people, and they're all like, "Are you okay?" Like, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm great." So I'm just like sweating and hopping across the floor, like, and I'm like making sure everyone's going good. And I'm like, "Are you two on the registers? Are you good? Do you need me to get anything?" They're like, "No. Do you need something? You should sit down." And I'm like, "No, I'm fine. We'll work through it. We'll call it. And
This
then,
is
like,
normal.
but
Ouch.
yeah, that was definitely the scariest, but luckily it healed decently quick. It just put me
Right.
out for 3-ish months. I was right back to it. Every once in a while I can definitely tell it's like an irritated section of my body, but it's not that bad. Not that bad anymore. But it's scary. It's scary when you just
Yeah.
make your comeback after a pandemic and you're just ready to just hit things running. And then your leg gets taken out from you, and you're like, "Oh shit! Well, there we go." But hey, I'm here. I'm still going.
There you go. Still killing it. That's good.
That was a good question. Damn.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
That's
I'm
why
telling
they give
you.
you the big
I'm
bucks.
just telling you. The hard hitting questions.
That's why he's my favorite manager.
That's right.
That's right.
Go
So,
ahead,
how'd
Nick.
your finisher come to be?
My finisher.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Wait. Okay. Hold on. Now I gotta ask. Do you know what my finisher is?
Unfortunately, no. I was looking, but I couldn't find anything online. So
And
I'm
here's
not gonna lie.
the hard part is like Wrestle Club isn't quite like caught up with like the episodes we filmed. So we used to have a local TV deal here in Idaho, and
Ooh.
then because of the pandemic we lost that, and so things slowed down, and so we're actually like just starting like our pandemic episodes. Like we're just starting to get those edited and starting to put those out. And I didn't come back until September 2021. So it's going to be a minute
Oh.
before you see. And I will say this right now, all the footage that is out there is me in like old gimmick. And honestly, like as much as there's some matches I'm proud of, like I did like a hair versus gimmick match, where I lost. And spoilers, and but like besides that, I'm not like the most proud because I know how hard I'm hitting it now. I know how much I understand the business now. I felt like I was so green for like a couple years, and now I'm just starting to really, really get it. But my finisher is called the Giga Impact, because I go by like no one ever was, Eevee Kiyoshi. I'm a huge, if you can't tell, I'm a huge Pokemon mark.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. There's a other way. Come on, fingers smooth. There we go.
Right there.
Mirror image. There's a bunch of Pokemon behind me. There are a bunch of Pokemon plushies. Huge Pokemon mark. So my whole gimmick's kind of based around that. And the Giga Impact, it's a move from Pokemon, but I got the move itself, which is a teardrop grip of the leg, lift up, twist and grab them and spine buster them down.
Oh.
And
Ow.
I got that because my first signature move was a teardrop suplex, just like old school, like early 90s, late 80s Shawn Michaels.
Gotcha.
Because I had a rocker gimmick, and so I was like, cool, well then let me study some Shawn, of course. And my trainer was like, dude, teardrop suplex, boom, like that would be sick. So did that, and then I decided like, hey, I haven't done this move in a minute, and I'm changing my gimmick up. I'm finally doing something a little bit more towards who I am, and was like, great, how do I make this cool, not overly complicated, and also something I've literally never seen in wrestling, period. And I watch way too much wrestling from all over the world, and I've never seen anyone teardrop grip up and then spine buster. Never seen it.
Wow.
I've never seen that either.
I like that.
So
I like that idea.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, great.
You
Great
sure it's
question.
been 5 years in the business?
5 years. 5 years.
I do have to say though, I did find a very, very, very good character of you on WWE 2K23 on YouTube. So I don't know if you made that or if somebody else made it, but it was sick. So
shout out to the head ref of Idaho Wrestle Club, Todd Silver, because he goes through every time WWE 2K comes out. He goes through and he gets like this time around 2K23, he had me take promo pics specifically for the character creator.
Wow.
So if you go through and you do like I think what you have to type in like the hashtag to find creator wrestlers on there. Do like the hashtag, like I think you just type in Idaho Wrestle Club. You will find all the roster, the current roster, and they are done so well. He did everything he could. Wow. He went through every single move and was like, I couldn't quite find your finisher, but this one is kind of close
to it.
And I thought you might like this, and I know you're a big fan of this move, so I kind of made it this one instead. And I'm like, whoa, you're good, man, you're good. You could have given me a Stone Cold Stunner. I would have been like, it's just like me. It's just like me. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Very
impressive.
That's a cool idea.
Shout out Todd Silver. That I love that he does that, and it's really, I think it's a big help to get the word around, because if you can't find any of my current matches on YouTube or anything, you can just download me in WWE 2K23. See
and
how
you
I am.
can fulfill your dream as a member of WWE. There you go.
Put me against Sami Zayn, please.
I'm gonna have to play the game after this.
Give me a dream match. Put me against Sami Zayn right there.
Well, that was going to be one of my questions, but you answered it.
No. That's now going. Whoa! You can ask it.
I'm
That's not the opponent. That's not
more
the
than one dream, right?
That's not the dream opponent either. I was just saying. Thinking of a WWE name. Thinking of a WWE name, it'd be people like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Like those are people I would love to work with. But yeah, is that the next question? Do you want to go with that question?
Tony's turn.
Oh,
The
Tony,
panda
Tony.
lover over there. Obsessed.
Okay, well now since you fulfilled the panda thing, that's good. So, yeah, let's just go with that question.
Steal the questions.
I'll just steal the question from Dodge.
Oh, you had to steal my
There we go.
questions.
I'll just steal.
Gimmick
This is,
been a
infringement.
great
this is the kind of
podcast
crap
for
I
Dodge.
get every day.
This
What's worse is I get it from her too.
Dude, your wife, that's your wife, dude. You're going to be sleeping on the couch till February.
Well, that's a
I think
shoot.
I'm already there.
He's been there. What are you talking about, Nos?
Yeah.
I know, but you don't want to add any more to it.
Anyway,
No, actually, furniture it's comfortable.
let him answer the question, guy.
Go ahead.
No, I like this. It's good expression. It's good panda expression.
Oh God!
If you can't
I
tell,
thought we
knew
could
you
be
were gonna do
friends.
that.
I thought we could be friends.
well, there goes that PayPal endorsement I was about to get.
Yes.
After, so.
I'm gonna report your PayPal. You're welcome.
Whoa!
It's spam.
Sorry, I was holding on to that one. I'm a big dad joke fan.
I love it.
Let's see. Dream opponents, absolute dream opponents for me. So like I said before, right? Like probably my absolute favorite wrestler of the current era is for sure Jon Moxley, one of my all-time favorites. So obviously I would love to have a brawl with Jon Moxley. I think that'd be awesome. Someone who I actually just met at my last trip in LA for Prestige, Black Sunshine. I helped the night before. I helped with Thank Me Later GCW for that show. I finally got to meet a personal hero of mine, Nick Gage, who did officially certified me as gang, murder, death, kill gang, MDK all fucking day. So shout out my boy Nick Gage. That was fucking awesome. I would absolutely love to. I got to tell him about my first death match that I just also had very recently. And after that, we were just talking. We were just chopping shop, and so that's a dream opponent right there. Class act guy who I would love to tear to shreds, and I'm sure he'd love to tear me to shreds. It's just what we do. We're weirdos, and
It's
we're
a
fucking about it.
beautiful relationship.
We about that relationship. Those are some pretty big dream opponents for me. And then like honestly on like I would put it say like a little bit of the smaller scale, especially ones where like I feel like I could in the next year or so would be like Ethan HD. Honestly, I really look up to that guy. I've been watching him for a long time, and it feels like now. And from like live in the crowds, just watching him work, as y'all were saying you did as well. Like so it's just to learn from him, from an ass whooping from him. That's a
That would be a
privilege.
thing.
That's a privilege.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking about death matches, sir.
Yes.
Obviously, you've been in a death match already.
Yes, I have.
What is your opinion on death matches? I don't have to ask, and would you ever be in one? Obviously, but how did it feel being in a death match? What's your opinion, and how did it feel?
So my death match was a little. I mean, I guess you could probably call it a little bit more death adjacent, especially considering how things went. And, we had a little bit of like limitations. It wasn't like I showed up like I wanted to. I literally have a box filled with light tubes in my garage. I'm ready for it. If anyone wants that smoke, I'm ready for it. But I wanted to do that, but obviously I can't do that. We have limitations. The company I work for is a little bit more PG. Granted, this was at a comedy club. It was a comedy wrestling show, and we got to do a 21 plus night. And
those are fun.
That's when I got to do it. We did a like CZW style 4 corners of pain match where all 4 weapons have to be used. Our 4 weapons of choice were a stapler, steel chair, Of course, classic. Legos.
Oh, I know those are.
And I made a glove, basically a Type A deathmatch glove, where I just shattered a bunch of my light tubes and took the glass and put it all over the back of the glove.
Oh,
So that was pretty cool. I wanted a lot more, but unfortunately, you know what? First time. It was first time. So
Yeah.
a rookie to the death match, and I had to kind of make everything a little last minute and was like, oh shit, okay, well, let me try and get all this together. I used double-sided tape on the glove, and I should
Yep.
use super glue
Yep.
because
It won't hold.
it won't hold. My opponent put on the glove and flexed his hand super hard because we're in the zone. Boom, tape pops. So I get put in a crossface, and I've got a glass glove pressing to my head, but I'm not really bleeding. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? And then it turns out I'm like, oh, you were basically rubbing a glove to my head. And one of the only times I got cut by glass was because when I put on the glove to tease it, I put it on, some glass fell, so I picked it up, and to prove it was real, I put it to my own head and cut my own head open with the glass in front of the crowd. Just because I was crazy. I was wild Evie on the beat. And yeah, so honestly, being in a death match, that one, if that's my only experience, it was super easy. Like incredibly easy, chair shots to the head, Legos to the back, glass to my back, glass to my head, and all staples to my shoulders, staples to my forehead. Honestly, wasn't bad at all, and I would do it 1,000 times over. In fact, we wrestled 2 nights in a row. Second night was the death match, and afterwards, I looked at everyone and said, "I wish I could do more."
nice.
Wow.
So if anyone listening runs a deathmatch tournament,
I was just going to tell you,
yeah,
I have connections to XPW.
Really.
So if you want more death matches, XPW is all about death matches.
Oh shit, I do.
It's a family-friendly show.
And
Yeah, Rob
all
Black
even-
is producing family-friendly shows.
That's
course.
We'll even throw one other one at you. Primo's out of Colorado, I believe.
That's right.
Yes.
And I am the provider. He's actually looking for people right now that want to do death matches. So if you have I am the provider or Joe McDougal on your Facebook and you want to do death matches, hit him up.
Yeah, throw the panda in there.
Give me.
He trained Panda.
Just saying.
He trained Panda.
He did train Panda.
Really?
Look up I am the provider or Primo's. I believe in Denver. Yeah, Primo's is in Denver.
Denver.
I know Primo's. I know the company. Like I've seen their stuff before. So no, I would absolutely love to. Obviously, it's a little bit of a travel, but I'd do that. I'd love to. I want to go to Colorado so bad.
You know what? We can throw your name out there to certain people too, so
and then
that way your name will get out.
Yeah, and then CSW, our panda-friendly CSW. We know the promoter and owner of that company as well.
I might as well make like a weekend of it. Hopefully they do a little like they're both throwing a show on, try it. All right.
I like that.
I appreciate this.
And I am the provider used to be Colorado Springs heavyweight champion, but he recently lost his title too.
Oh wow.
Yep.
So
yeah, I gotta check that out then. All right. Oh, thank you. Yes, I appreciate that a lot.
His name is, I believe it's Joe McDougal, and it's I am the provider. So his Facebook page is Joe McDougal, and I am the provider in parentheses in his name, and that's the one that's doing the death matches at Primo.
Excellent.
He's already researching. Smart man right here.
I'm literally adding him right now on Facebook, personal and following the actual the worker page, following the worker page, adding the personal. I'm about.
And I have a Southern California guy. I don't know if he still puts on shows, but he's all about death match, hardcore match. Mr. California.
Mr. California.
Look him up.
Sounds
Tell
like
him
a
Big
title
Money
of a
Dodge
song
sent
or
you.
something.
That's probably how he got it, but I mean,
Okay,
he's
so
not very popular in SoCal. Just
Mm.
saying, but he
So-
throws deathmatch shows.
While he's researching the deathmatch things for us,
Yes.
I'm going to throw it to one of our sponsors real quick, and I'm going to thank T-Rex.
And no, not Panda.
I'm going to thank T-Rex, a near dear friend to us at the podcast, close personal friend of Nathan's and mine.
Yep.
A referee who just currently retired with 15,000 matches. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard me. 15,000 matches.
Whoa.
And he is a proud sponsor of this podcast.
And I
And-
can't believe I could say this. He actually knows how to count to 3. Unlike all these other refs that don't count to 3 for heels.
I'm going to let Dodge do the big money compound, and Nathan, you can do the other two when you are done. And
Yep.
I'm going to say, peace out, everybody. I'll see you at the next interview.
Yep.
So I'm going to bounce and get that one set up. So nice knowing
Yeah,
you.
go eat some pandas.
It's great meeting you.
Just
You
saying.
too.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Big Money Dodge, Big Money Exchange proudly brings Big Money Compound in Pullman, Washington.
Ooh.
We are starting online classes right now in July just to save up the money to buy us a ring for Pullman's facility. Blah, I can't talk. And our very first trainer in July is 20 plus year vet, my very close friend, SoCal Crazy. Look him up. He fought Ray freaking Mysterio Jr. in Lucha Underground. He's fought big names.
Shit. Oh, wait, I've seen this guy before. Hold on.
Yeah. He's going to be our very first trainer. So even if you've been in the business for years and you just want a refresher course, online classes, $25 a session, an hour on Tuesday, an hour on Thursday, every week, only $25 a session or $150 a month. That gives you more knowledge in your head. Right, have a pen and paper down. You don't have to do bumps, of course, or rolls, even though you should. But this is preparing the new and upcoming wrestlers to realize, hey, when Dodge opens his doors, I know I need to be ready for a bump, ropes, all the basic and more. So check us out. Big Money Compound on Instagram, on Facebook. Tell your friends, tell your parents, hell, tell your grandma. Big Money Compound starting late July. Very first trainer, SoCal Crazy.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's very cool.
Okay,
Nate?
then I'm gonna ask my last couple of questions, and then I'll let Dodge ask his. I'll do the last two sponsors. So these are more like statements. You said something about DOA before that you did some stuff there.
Yeah, I helped out and I did a seminar. Yeah.
I know a couple of people from there, so I was curious. Which is Draven Marcus. He's a member of Hellbound and High Five.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes.
And then B Rat King.
Who is it? Sorry?
B Rat King.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Funny thing, Draven and I trained together in Kelso.
Oh shit. Dang,
Yeah.
y'all have a bunch of connections. This is a small world. That's awesome. That's awesome.
In fact, Draven was in a match that we coined. Speaking of death matches, that we coined the match of 1,000 nut shots.
Yeah, that's a death I do not want to suffer. Thank you very much.
Mainly because they use salad tongs, croquet mallets, and a bowling ball.
Of course, they use the bowling ball.
They had to use the bowling ball.
Oh, jeez, that is
That
some
was a-
salad tongs is kind of funny. That one's pretty great.
Right?
That was pretty great.
I did the commentary for that. That was very interesting, but easy to commentate. It's like,
I
he
can
hit him in
only
the nuts,
imagine.
and he hit him in the nuts,
And he hit him in the nuts.
he hit him in the
Guess
nuts.
what? He hit him in the nuts again. Great. Now he's got a weapon. What's he gonna do with it? Well,
He's gonna hit him in the nuts.
Made your job easy.
that's awesome.
All right, Dodge, you got one more last question?
So where can your fans and Big Money Dodge, of course, find you on social media, and when and where is your next match? And I have one more question
Ooh.
after this.
Okay. Good questions. Let's see. So, if you want to find me and everything that I do, please go ahead and follow me on all sorts of social media platforms under EV Kiyoshi. That's it. EV is just E and V. That's always a confusion, especially for when I'm like at my shoot job and people are like, "Oh, is your name Ev?" And I'm like, "It is EV. It's just EV." You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
Oh God.
Everything. YouTube, please subscribe on YouTube. If you want to, actually, after this podcast, I'm going to be live for a second, streaming on twitch.tv/EVKiyoshi. If you are into music at all, you can go ahead and check out Nutty Noise, NUTTYNOIIZ. That is the musical group that I am a part of, as well with my partner Argod and my brother in rap, J-Bob. We like to make all sorts of music, though. If you're not as much into like the crazy the crazy rap that we do, and all the other weird stuff, we also have like electronic music. We do basically anything we want. We're not tied down to one genre. We don't like to be.
I
do. If you're into nerdy shit like nerdcore, Megaran, shout out Megaran, stuff like that. I'm a huge into Pokemon rap. I'm trying to get across the Poke Rap Wrestling connection, where I not only rap about wrestling, I rap about Pokemon mixed with it. Like Politoed off the top rope, make you croak like Guerrero, like stuff like that.
Nice.
I'm very much about it. So
Wow.
please follow EV Kiyoshi on all platforms.
We'll be in touch.
Yes, please do. Thank you. And then you said next time you can see me. Let me. So it was going to be for a event here in Idaho at Caldwell, Idaho. We were going to do a show for the troops, for like the local Air Force base and anyone else military who is out here. And we were going to put on a nice 4th of July event. We're going to be a part of it. It was this big thing. We've done it the past few years. But apparently, to not shoot on it too hard, apparently that just they decided that I think we're overbooked, so we don't want wrestling.
They're lost.
New promoter for the event.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Gotcha.
So unfortunately, I was really looking forward to that. I thought that was going to be a really fun experience. I thought that like that's a great crowd. Like they're always looking for entertainment, of course, and they're always looking for something as hard hitting as they are. Like so, wrestling hits pretty dang hard, so they can relate.
Yep.
Like so
that would have been awesome.
July 22nd, though. That is going to be my next one for sure. For sure, July 22nd at the Indian Creek Plaza in Caldwell, Idaho. And then the very next day, July 23rd, I will be wrestling at HorrorCon in Boise at the Idaho Expo Center.
Ooh.
So that one will be very fun. I might try and bring out a little bit more of the hardcore character, if you will. The hardcore side of me might come out. You might see a little flip of the script. So
Big Money Dodge might have to make a 6-hour drive over to Boise.
not the. I mean, it's kind of bad, but not terrible. 6, not the worst.
It's not worse. I've driven from Southern California up here.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Like
on.
you're like 15, 16-hour trips, so 6 is
Yeah.
nothing. Like
6 is like going to Vegas from California.
true, or yes, like 6
Yeah.
or less. But yeah,
So-
that's where you can find me. And what was that next question? I know you had one more.
Let me see. What was it? Now you made me forget. Thank you. No wonder you're big money talent. That was my question.
Hmm.
Would you or have you join a group? And would you ever consider possibly, I don't know, big money exchange? I don't know. I'm expanding my brand from Southern California, Oregon, and now I'm thinking Idaho.
Well, I do like the sound of big money. I do like the sound of big money Kiyoshi.
That's big money.
That's a big money name. That just slips off the tongue so easy. But I don't know. I'm always kind of doing my own thing. I'm repping my Wooloo gang. Shout out to my Wooloo gang, my fans, my family. But you know, things work out. We'll see. We'll be in touch. We'll
Okay.
keep talking. We'll keep stewing on it. You kind of threw me off earlier, telling me about your Mayhem boys, and I got a little bit of beef with the Mayhem boys I got to deal with. So you know, it kind of rubbed me a little bit wrong. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. I like your style. I like the money you're flaunting. I like the money. I like the money.
Everyone loves money until it's bills and collection days. Just saying.
I don't pay bills, I make them. That's all I'm saying.
I love this man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But we'll
So
definitely be in touch.
Please.
I want to say thank you to our last two sponsors, which are the CARE program, which stands for Community Action Reaching Everybody. And then to get a hold of the person that's in charge of that is Becky Bernhardt. And then Bruce Nichols Painting for all your painting, pressure washing, and lead removal needs. And you can find him on Angie's. And that being said, I want to thank Mr. Kiyoshi for being on tonight.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Like this was a lot of fun, and I hope it's not the last one.
Oh, it won't be. You're welcome back anytime. So.
And once you decide to join Big Money Exchange, we own this. I'm letting you know.
Yeah. So.
Just
so you're telling me if I join, I get a piece of the pie. I see.
exactly.
So, thank you, everybody, and we'll see you in just a few minutes on another interview. So.
Oh wow.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
Oyasuminasai.